check out all of these names on this sign at Two Rivers Gallery. This is truly special. The latest exhibit to stop here is a celebration of the Lheidli culture. And in case you didn't see by the sign, there are a ton of people involved, a ton of different art forms as well. Everything from art you typically see in the frame, to ribbon skirts, to jewelry, to so much more, which we're gonna learn about today as we learn about the Lheidli culture with two of our favorites, Jennifer Pighin and Kim Gouchie. Now inside the gallery here at Two Rivers, and this is just beautiful stuff. Water is Life is the name of the exhibit, but it has a Daketh translation, which we are going to learn with Jennifer Pighin here now. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, yeah. So water is life. In Daketh, two is the word for water, so that's nice and easy. We use that word. Tu be Ts'ughuna. That GH is a little bit of a hard sound. It's called a digraph, so it's two letters that come together like sh and ch. But the GH is the R from the back of your throat. So Tu be Ts'ughuna.
Tu be Ts'ughuna. Did I get it right? Pretty close?
Yeah.
Good effort. So you can practice this when you come and check out the exhibit here at Two Rivers. But of course, there's lots to learn when you come inside here. I guess maybe the first thing to acknowledge is where we're standing is in the middle of the Two Rivers, which you'll notice when you come in the room here. One side is the Fraser River, the other side the Nechako. But this kind of goes behind the whole concept of the exhibit, which you helped co-curate with Kim Gouchie, all about the Lheidli T'enneh and the confluence of those two rivers.
Yeah, the big theme here is really showcasing our local culture, our artists that are of all ages, elders, those who've passed, and our up-and-coming youth artists who have several pieces in the exhibition as well. And yeah, as you mentioned, we're here between the Lheidli and the Nechako rivers, which are really integral to our survival and sustenance. And I think every piece in here and everything, regardless of its intention, is actually related to the water. You know, even the paint requires water to be used. So the theme is quite broad and inclusive and really helps us connect with each other and the water systems that keep us alive.
Yeah, no, we all require a lot of water to exist. That is for sure, and everything has a tie to that. The other thing I was going to ask about is the Daketh translation here under most of the pieces in here. This is a piece that is coming, so you won't see it today, but that was a goal for you to include as well.
Yeah, it's very educational. We want to make sure that people are aware of the local language, especially the local Lheidli dialect. We've been working with linguist Bill Poser and elder from Tatche, Charlie Joseph, to translate all of the titles, which some of them can be very difficult because we don't have direct translations for certain words, like, you know, goodbye doesn't have a word, and so some concepts that are quite complex. So we get creative with that process as well, but it'll be an opportunity to learn a little bit of the language and the story behind each piece.
So if you keep on walking through the exhibition, you'll end up here at the North Gallery. And now, Jen, tell me a little bit about the piece we are standing in front of here.
Yeah, this is actually a contribution from one of our neighbors, Vince Prince. He's from Nakazli, lots of ties with Lheidli as well. But it was really important to us that we include pieces that represent Lheidli culture and the stories behind that, how things are, you know, lived in real life. But we can't bring a whole smokehouse, well, I guess we could, into the gallery. So we brought in Vince's work. So it's a miniature version of a smokehouse, and then we have some of the dry meat up behind us on a pole. I think they call it a ju. And so we want to incorporate these types of things so that when we have school groups coming through, as well as the public, to learn a little bit about the culture, what our day-to-day life looks like or may have looked like in the past.
I always think of Lheidli T'enneh, Jen, as a small but mighty nation, both here in Prince George, because I remember going to school myself here in Prince George, not learning too much about Lheidli culture, but the small and mightiness has really come out lately for a chance to showcase an exhibit just like this one. What does it feel like for you to wrap this up?
I think it's extremely exciting. It gives our artists an opportunity to shine, even if they don't create art on a daily basis or in a commercial setting. I think we are all artists. Every person is an artist in their own way. And it does represent, you know, the growth of our community, because we started when I was younger around 100 people, and now we're at 900. Not necessarily because we're populating that fast. It's the exciting opportunities of our community members to come back through, you know, the various acts through the Indian Act that have really impacted us, and that challenging history. So it's great to welcome people back and also share our culture with our own people, some who have been, fostered out or, just not having this available to them. So really awesome to bring back some of our community members as well as, inspire our future youth into being able to do some art. Hopefully we can do this every 5 years is my goal.
There you go. I like it. Very well said. Yeah, we could talk about history for a length of time here, but this is just an important opportunity here now at Two Rivers Gallery. And now I think Kim Gouchie's actually ready for us. So we're going to go catch up with her. But thank you for your time, Jen.
Awesome. Thank you.
Is this real? This real fish?
Smell it.
Yes, can confirm. Now time to step into a different part of Ts'ughuna with Kim Gouchie, the wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure to have you in this space.
Yeah, well, it's great to be here to learn more. Like I'm learning Ts'ughuna language today just by learning that word. Water is life is what it translates to for people watching. But we're standing in the middle of three ribbon skirts, but I feel like would be a good starting point considering you are wearing one as well today. Talk to me a little bit about the art that is within here because we're talking about the different forms with Jen Pighin, but the ribbon skirt is one of those.
Mm-hmm. We have so many artists represented in this space, and some people don't consider a ribbon skirt art, but if you look at these pieces, it absolutely is art. It takes a certain amount of creativity and to have a good eye for color, for layout and such, so it is an art form. It is not a Lheidli art form, but we have so many people that have multiple ancestors within them, just like myself. I am Lheidli, but I'm also Secwepemc and Cree. So ribbon skirts very much come from the Cree culture from the plains. So, but many of our community members have many ancestral lineages, and it's really represented here in the art, right from jewelry to photography to baskets to all of these beautiful things. And so it's a culmination of a lot of ancestors.
I was going to ask about the jewelry piece here because whenever I see you, you're wearing just absolutely gorgeous jewelry, like your earrings today. Very, very nice. And now these also have some beaded jewelry on them as well. We'll look around here, all different types on the wall as well. But talk to me about like the jewelry piece here too, because some people don't think jewelry is art, but it is. And this is Lheidli art.
The way I look at art is anything that's been created by you that is your interpretation of the world. It could be anything. It could be a piece of jewelry. This is a beautiful beaded piece by Shirley Gustafson.
And beading is part of the Lheidli culture very much, right? No?
Not
Same as ribbon skirts?
necessarily. Yeah, there's a lot of things that have been brought to us. Even like the Northwest Coast art style is something that we received through, my teaching is that it came from through the Grease Trail, how we traded things back and forth. And so you see the influence of the Northwest Coast Native art in a lot of our artwork, including our logo.
Right.
So it's not that we created it. We're not the origin of that art.
But it's part of the Lheidli culture for sure.
It is for sure. Absolutely it is. It's definitely it feels like it's in my DNA.
I like it. The other thing I was going to ask you, Kim, was because you are the co-curator on this, you've been working on this for how long here? Walk me through a little bit of the story.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so George Harrison and I sat down about 5 years ago.
5 years, been working on it that long.
I remember it very clearly. We went up to his office and chit-chatted and threw some numbers around and some dates around, and then COVID hit. And then so about 2 years ago, we came back to the conversation, and that's where this has literally been a process over the last 2 years.
Now we have stepped over to another piece of art here for you. And now, Kim, tell me about this. This looks like, is this real? This real fish?
Smell it.
Yes, can confirm.
Yeah, that's the actual skin of a salmon. And he's even gone and included some roe inside of here. And I believe this is going to be lit up.
When you talk of who are we talking about?
Oh, yes, that's a very good question. That's Les Baker.
Okay, Les Baker.
Yeah, Les Baker is a very much a person who works with every aspect of an animal, and he harvests like deer, elk, and whatnot throughout the year, and a lot of salmon. So him and his wife Janice create pieces that honor every part of the animal.
Now, I feel like the opportunity to learn about Lheidli culture like this one at Two Rivers Gallery doesn't come up that often. So I feel like if people are considering a trip here, they should definitely do so. But what would you say to people if they're watching this, Kim?
I would say if you haven't ever engaged with Lheidli in any way, if you haven't been out to either of the reservations on the north side and the south side, that when you come out here into this gallery space, you're going to get a glimpse of the life that we live, and the art that's represented here is very much wrapped up in our culture. And one thing that I can say as a practicing artist is that a lot of our art forms have been sleeping. I don't want to say lost. Like the language, our stories and whatnot have all been sort of like tucked away. And this is an opportunity for not only our community has never seen this. We've never seen this all in one space. So we get to experience this and we get to share it with the community. And I think it's so exciting, and I think it's the beginning of more.
5 years in the waiting for this. Kim, you've done a fantastic job. So give yourself a pat on the back. Must you chill for your time. Come check it out here at Two Rivers Gallery, folks, on right now.